Hello, Facebook. This is Lady Kiki with Divine Visions doing a general reading for today, March the 1st, 2020. Let me turn this music down. Okay, so these are three general readings that help you for the first far. Focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to a dangerous motivations. Beware of unfavorable first impressions. Many intelligent and knowledgeable individuals are awkward or abrasive at first as a defense mechanism, so should watch for those actions within oneself. Third one, focus on progressive arguments and intelligent debates, trying to figure out which one is different. Sometimes let me turn that. Sometimes I feel that we get into certain arguments because we're mirroring our feelings on how we feel. And then we're not really listening to what that person has to offer because in our mind we already have the answer that they put out before we even let them finish what they had to say. So sometimes as individuals, we should take a deep breath, figure out where we're sitting at in this argument or disagreement or debate, and try to figure out how it affects us long term, or if it's bullshit or real shit. Because sometimes, like I said, we go through life listening to ourselves through our rose-colored glasses, and we're unable to attain information that the other one has to offer because we already have the answer or rebuttal in our head before we even let the person finish what they have to say. So before we start trying to judge, maybe we should just try and listen to what that person has to offer before we jump into that. I think that's what the main message is of today. Just not focusing on what oneself wants and what they have to gain, but what this person really needs to offer. What do you have to offer when you go to that next job? What do you have to offer in that relationship? You know, it's not always a one-sided thing. Sometimes we go through life thinking that this person was the fault of the infidelity or this person's fault for cheating. Sometimes we push our lovers into cheating because we're not there emotionally and we're not there financially. We're not there mentally. We're just not there. So we exit out of the relationship and then we say that it's the other person's fault, but we never looked into ourselves to see what it is that we can change for that relationship to get better. So when you're looking at a relationship and you're figuring out it's just a materialistic thing, what is going to happen with you when this person runs out of money? Are you in it for the long haul, or are you in it just because this person is spoiling you with gifts? Because that is a different type of relationship. It is a one-sided relationship. Because if you're not truly in the relationship for someone and you're just chasing the dream of materialistic, what happens when this person gets injured? What happens when the money gets taken away and now you're the breadwinner? Are you going to be disgruntled because you're not able to sit on your ass and not do anything no more? You have to look at all aspects of why certain things are happening in our relationship. So let's go over what this said again. Focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to dangerous motivations. We have some ghetto goblins out there. I mean, it's not just women. There are men too. Like, everybody wants to just gimme. And it's not right. Everybody wants to sit here and have something for themselves, but they don't want to give in return. And that's why society is the way it is, because everybody wants a gimme, gimme, gimme attitude, but no one wants to put the work in for it. And that's not right. So focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to dangerous motivations. How far is it going to push you? How far is that motivation going to push you when it comes from a place of negativity? If it's not coming from a place of goodness, leave it alone. Don't do it. It's not meant for you to be there at this particular time and moment. The next one, beware of unfavorable first impressions by intelligent and knowledgeable individuals, and awkward or abrasive at first, a defense mechanism. One should watch for those actions within oneself. So if you have always been in a situation to where you had to act a certain way, but the tables have turned and you're no longer able to be that person, you have to look in yourself to see that this is not your true self. Someone or something is making this old part of you come out in this situation, and you have to check yourself at the door, because of all the work that you have put in your life. You can't make that one person for that one evening make you come out of pocket, because you're not allowing yourself to be your true self. You should not go into a situation and have to change it. You should be your same person that you have been working on. And it's not cool for you to change your ways just to make someone else happy. So just beware of those impressions. Beware of first impressions on people, because not everyone is out to who they seem. It might be that ugly person that you didn't want to be around that is the genuine person that you should be around. But chasing materialistic things and being careful on who you're following it seems like it's a real good message today for March the 1st. So the next one says focus on arguments and intelligent debates. There are healthy arguments and there are unintelligent debates. I think that's talking about the presidential election right now. A lot of people are on about the presidential election, how it's going to affect emotionally, how it interacts during their day. This is all they can talk about. If they're a liberal, if they're not a liberal, if they're independent. You know, I know who I'm voting for at the end of the day. It is a very scary thing at this moment in time, but I'm not going to delve into that. But all I can say is that there are so many people that are on the political tip that they cannot have a healthy argument with people. They're unable to see what this person is trying to talk about for real issues when they're talking about political ones. And sometimes people, whether if we are Republican, Independent, Green Party, Democrat, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we have to look at ourselves as humans and see, how is it humanly possible for this thing that this person is saying to come out of their mouth? How is it going to affect me during this presidential election? What are they really talking about? Don't always just vote for your party just because you're blue, just because you're red. Sometimes as an individual, we really need to look at all aspects of how this is going to affect us logically, ethically, and realistically. How is this going to affect us when we go and vote? Are you voting because you're just hyped up and hopped up on one person's views? Or are you really realistically looking at what this individual has to offer? Or are you on the bandwagon of certain parties because everyone is on certain parties? And that stems from the reading. Following people. Materialistic does not necessarily mean that it's talking about money, okay? It does not necessarily mean when the voice of reason says materialistic, don't think that it's just talking about money. Materialistic could be that idol of how the presidential election is going to affect you. If you're living it, breathing it, talking it, that's your materialistic problem that you have to deal with right now. So be careful on those debates that you be having, because you could probably mess a friendship up because you done said some stuff that you're not supposed to. Just realizing how we talk to one another, it really can make a relationship or break a relationship. Okay? I have nothing else to talk about, but if anyone that is watching right now, if you want me to do a question for you, that one is free. But if you want like a 5-minute reading or whatever, a love donation is always welcome. You can hit me up on my PayPal account. I'm just here just to give friendly advice. If there's anything that you would like for me to ask, I can give one free question. After that, if it delves into a little bit more, just shoot a sister a little love. That's it. You know, just a little help. Because I'm helping you, so why not help me? That's all I have to say. Hey Teresa, hi Gwendolyn, hi Holly, Maybell, hi all of y'all. Thank you for tuning in. But you know, the way that we really focus on communicating with one another, how we talk to one another, it really stems from our hearts. That's why we allow certain individuals in our life, because there are things that we were hurt with as children, and now we're big babies trying to coexist as adults because we are just using the mechanisms that we were taught as children. It is something that I have learned on my journey, that you just can't be talking from upside your head. You have to think about certain things that you say, because it can hurt. It can hurt how that person portrays you when you say certain stuff. And because you're a quiet individual, it doesn't mean that you're weak. Sometimes being quiet is the most strongest thing that a person can do. Because at least you know you didn't say anything to affect the relationship by saying something ignorant. Because that one's heated and you're heated, and now both of y'all heated, and now you don't forgot why you argued about the thing in the first place. Sometimes just remaining quiet and then going back to the situation at hand is better than both of y'all just going crazy. And that brings me to the lovely subject of, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch reality TV. I feel that it loses a brain cell every time. If I have the Kardashians on, it's because I have it on because I watch it because I just hear their annoying voices in the background while I'm doing laundry or whatever, but I don't care about them. I'm not talking to a person about their life. My life and my reality deals with me. So, yeah. So I have nothing else to say, y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful March 1st. I hope y'all tune in to my YouTube channel, Divine Visions, that's spelled with an E, on the Spirit Room at YouTube. And I'll also be starting a show with Mike Wilkerson called Out of the Box. Check that out on YouTube. And love and light.